Alright, I am told I can start whenever I'm ready, so real quick, I am MadMegaX381, and this is Ghostbusters 2, and we're going to get started, and try to get this done in a reasonable amount of time. So, countdown in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this game is pretty interesting, I guess in a weird way. So you'll notice that I'm running to the left, which for any classic, side-scrolling fan of any sort, you'll recognize that as being almost sacrilegious. Why am I doing that? Well, because everything in this game is backwards. That's why I'm doing that. I run to the left, I shoot with A, and I jump with B. This game is so weird. And it is just completely out there. There's, like, floating heads, and I get to do all kinds of fun stuff. So that's the first stage right there. That was me playing as Raymond Stantz, founder of the Ghostbusters, as stated in the movies. Now I get to drive Ecto-1, and I missed the power-up that I wanted, so we have to be a little more careful than I'd like to be generally here. These ghosts are kind of jerks, but you'll see that I shot that, and I got this power-up, and you'll see that the slime that I'm shooting out of Ecto-1 is now purple. The reason why that's important is that purple slime travels faster than green slime. I don't know why that is, it just is. And because of that, I can shoot both faster and more often. And that is super important to me as trying to get this game done in the most efficient way possible. Now I get these Slimers I have to shoot. Oh, you heard that funny noise. I should probably point out that there's a Ghostbusters 2 logo that floats in the sky occasionally. Those, every time you pick up 20 of those, you get an extra life. Well, lives in this game are kind of interesting in that every time you get hit by something, it costs you a life. So I guess that's not super crazy. But where that is interesting is that at the end of the game, it is very unforgiving, and so if you don't have a few lives to give, you might, not finish. We just saw a big Slimer. We like to catch them with a trap, because you actually can't hurt them with your slime blower. Okay, so I've already finished 3 stages, and I've barely talked about the game. I am so sorry. Things happen very quickly in this game. There's actually no pause button in this game, okay? Like, things are crazy. Like, there's just no forgiveness in this game whatsoever. Alright. Whew, alright, that was good news. So, that sequence there, when you're jumping over holes in 5th Avenue, sometimes these little arrows give you a speed boost. And sometimes the game says, oh, well, you didn't run over that arrow, even if you did. And it can just drop you into a pit, and then you die. And that's not very fun. We don't like that. But we're all done with Ecto-1. So we have now finished 4 stages, and it has been a grand total of like 3 minutes. So, whew, things are moving quickly, right? Alright, we just got a bell. We're currently in the subway system. So things are pretty exciting. Now we're playing as Egon Spengler. So, as I said earlier, whoops, got hit by a bell. I think that was a bell. I was not saved by the bell. It was quite the opposite, actually. So the idea behind this game basically is that you get to play as each of the Ghostbusters in a side-scrolling stage that is backwards side-scrolling, meaning that you scroll to the wrong direction to the left, and you shoot with A and jump with B, and you don't have a pause button, and it's just mean all around. In fact, start is what drops those traps. So now we get to where I can probably take a breath for the first time tonight. Say hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is Ghostbusters 2, and I'm currently the Statue of Liberty. And I get to fire blasts from the torch. And you'll see that I just shot a torch out of the sky. That means that I can now move my arm. You'll see that Lady Liberty has the ability to move her elbow. It's very exciting. And a little bit ago, I actually dropped a tablet that she was carrying. And that was basically, I call those book bombs, because it looks a little bit like a book, a tablet, you know. And you use those and they clear the screen of enemies for this particular sequence. So the idea here is we try to get through this stage as quickly as possible, kill as many enemies as we can, as quickly as we can. I don't know why you can kill ghosts with the torch from the Statue of Liberty. I mean, I remember this from the movie. I don't know why, you know, it happened or whatever, you know. So we're just gonna close our eyes and accept it. And boom, another bomb, and there we go. So I hit another one of those what are those? The torch there, and that was because anytime you take any damage at all, it reverts Lady Liberty's arm back to not being able to move. So it's something to keep an eye on. Like, if you get hit at all by anything, you lose the ability to aim again, which is pretty harsh. Oh, like right there, I just took a, whew, took one for the team right there. And now I'm just kind of getting ghosts are raining down on me. That's a thing. And that's the first stage. That's actually a pretty good time so far. Alright, so now we have the same kind of idea, but now we're on the city streets. And these guys are actually the worst enemies in the game. Those clouds. But, luckily, I was able to get 3 on screen. So, I'm trying to explain this as quick as I can, but the game just does not give me much opportunity to do so. Oh boy, I almost got hit there. That would have been super unpleasant. So if you have 3 enemies of any kind on the screen at any given time, and you use your tablet bomb or your book bomb, because I like alliteration, it will let you skip that wave of enemies. It's very kind of an arcade setup. So that lets you get through some of these enemies a little faster. So in a true, like, absolute fastest attempt, I would probably be firing these bombs absolutely every chance I get them. However, because this is a marathon and I'm trying to be a little cautious, I'm holding on to those bombs for specific waves. The wave that I just fought was invisible, but I was able to blow up a bunch of enemies there, and it skipped that wave. And that wave is super unpleasant if you because you can't see them; they're invisible. Which I guess makes sense. Ghosts can be invisible, right? I'm not up to date on my my ghost lore. So here's another book bomb. And we're going to throw this up there. Got another one. And so it triggers a bonus round. Now the bonus round lets you, it replaces all of the enemies with Ghostbusters 2 logos. Now the Ghostbusters 2 logos, like I said, every 20 of those that you shoot or collect or whatever gives you an extra life. It's super nice to have a bunch of extra of those, because this game at the very end gets super unkind about how it handles it once you get into the once you get into the museum stages, which immediately follow this this set of stages. So things are moving pretty well here. I apologize that I'm not really looking at chat. I would like to, but if I take my eyes off the screen, I will probably die, and I don't want to. I'd prefer to try to be as close to estimate as I can make it. So we're just gonna sit here and fire the Lady Liberty torch as much as we can. You know, she's pretty awesome. Wearing a toga, kicking butt. Oh, that was pretty awesome right there. We are out of the Statue of Liberty stages. All right, so now we're back to playing as Raymond Stands. Ooh, took one for the team. Now we don't like that. We're gonna play a little safe here because again, I'm more concerned with finishing the game than I am necessarily with. Oh, so much for playing it safe. So this is what I like to call the great level, with emphasis on the gray part of it. Everything in this stage is gray. I'm gray. The background is gray. The enemies are gray. Everything's gray. It's great. It's great. So this is the museum stage. For anybody that's seen the movie, you'll know that this is kind of where the climax of the movie happens. Vigo, the Carpathian, he's the bad guy. He's in a painting. He's not a good dude. He's trying to take over the world at midnight on New Year's Eve. So we're trying to stop him because we're the Ghostbusters. So we're all right. There's one down. That is Ray Stands there. So now I'm at Zedmore. What you'll notice is that I basically have to drag each of the 4 Ghostbusters individually to Vigo's painting, which is super unkind because oof. Hitbox, please. You're not being nice to me today. That's okay. I think I have plenty of lives here. I say that, I'm probably going to screw something up here any second again. There's another big Slimer. Again, our slime blowers just do nothing to big Slimers, so we have to use traps to catch them. They're not super difficult to deal with, but you know, it's better to deal with them on the front end than have them sneak up behind us and shoot us. There's a whole bunch of mechanics in this game that honestly there just is not the time to talk about in the short speed run as it exists. Okay, so now we're Egon. So this is the 3rd of 4 Ghostbusters. We're gonna run through here. Make sure we don't get hit by floating candelabras, which are a thing in Ghostbusters mythology, apparently. Now, you'll see that Slimer's dropping like a red slime, right? That red slime doesn't hurt me per se, but what it does do is it actually will make it so that I can't... It'll basically make me run in place, which is super dangerous. Because in this game, when you're stuck, you're basically dead. You're going to take hits from something. So we try to avoid getting hit by that red slime that they throw down on the ground at you. Now again, I'm taking this a little extra cautious because, you know, it's super dangerous and we're trying to get out of here safely, safe and sound. Okay, 3 of the 4 Ghostbusters down. Now this is Peter Venkman. This is the first we've seen of him. My personal favorite Ghostbuster. Oh! I just got hit by a floating piece of art, so that was cool. You'll see this like spider on the right side of the screen occasionally. The reason why you see that is that spider exists for the sole purpose of making sure that you don't stop moving to the left. I don't know why they decided to go with a spider. But they did, and, you know, that was a design decision they chose. Can't complain about it. Whew, almost got hit by the big Slimer there. Almost got hit by that, too. Good lord, everything is going crazy town here. Whew, got an extra life. I think we're gonna be okay. Okay, so we just caught a whole bunch of stuff in traps. I don't know why you can catch, like, real-life items with a trap. I thought they only caught ghosts, but what do I know? I'm not a ghost busting expert. And alright, so I should probably say time is coming up as soon as I cross this threshold, and that is time. Wow, 14, like right around 15 minutes flat. Sorry, I probably should have given more more notice on that. It happens fast.
It was a 14:56.
I'm pretty happy with that. That's a pretty super unforgiving, and that is like the end of the game. Let me end the game here, and it will just play the credits and the music. Thank you, everybody. It's a super quick game, and I basically ramble on for the whole time of it, and I apologize for that, but this is an awesome event. Thank you for letting me play this game, especially because I love this game, even though it's terrible. And I'll be back in a little bit to play Mega Man 2. Everybody, thanks for hanging out. Sorry I couldn't look at chat while I was playing this. I'll try to do better during Mega Man 2. But so that was Ghostbusters 2, the Activision version of the game for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Hopefully that was enjoyable to anybody that's a Ghostbusters fan or otherwise. It's a pretty neat game, and you know, it's a neat little game that I'm a fan of. So I'm glad I get to play it for everybody, and everybody gets to see it. So thanks for hanging out, and that's all for me. So I'm gonna mute my mic and go away quietly. Be sure to stick around. There's tons of cool stuff coming up. So and I will be back later. So thanks again, everybody.
GG.